audience member not even you, Gary, had ever seen a pop group take to the audience with stage. But that all changed in 1997 when the hottest act in the world brought girl power to the studio.
When we were asked to do it as the Spice Girls, we just all knew it was going to be quite an incredible moment. Very, very exciting.
That definitely was way up there on the fun factor scale.
Because no one had actually ever done a pop group doing an audience with, we were breaking new territory.
There was nothing else like it at the time. Nothing that was so OTT, nothing that was so overtly glamorous.
Everything they touched turned to gold, and everybody wanted a piece of it.
The ticket for an audience with the Spice Girls was a bit like a Willy Wonka ticket. It was one of those sought-after tickets.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want.
I remember my mum coming in and saying, do you like Spice Girls? And I was probably trying to play it cool, and I was like, yeah. And she said, oh, well, if you don't, that's all right. It's just that I've got a spare ticket to the audience with. And I was like, yes, I'll go, please, let me go.
If you want to be my lover, you have got to give.
I can't wait, I think it's going to be brilliant. I think they're all lovely, but I like Victoria and Jerry.
There were so many premieres going on as well, and there were people that kind of weren't so bothered that they couldn't make the premieres with these big movie stars because they were actually going to the audience with the Spice Girls. That's how big it was.
That is quite incredible because I remember us backstage thinking, I hope everyone turns up. What if they don't turn up? Well, we could just phone more family and we'll get the family down if we don't have famous people turning up. Literally, we'd be looking around going, it's okay, Twiggy's just turned up, we're all right. Or Barbara Windsor's here, yeah, EastEnders, they're all here, we're fine. We don't need to ring any cousins. So, it was brilliant.
They had so much energy, the set was bright, it was just loud, it was brash, and that was what the Spice Girls were all about. And I just remember thinking, this is massive.
If you want to be my lover.
As soon as we went in to record,
Cue track.
you can see people stand up within 2 seconds, they're on their feet, and they dance all the way through.
It was just like a nightclub, as soon as the music started, all the girls get up. It was fabulous.
The audience certainly let their hair down. All this lot needed was a male stripper.
It's like a girly hen night, all I was missing was like the pink boas, really. And everyone got in that atmosphere, all girls together.
I loved everything they wore that night, everything. Emma Bunton, I remember, had a baby blue sparkly dress on, which I just adored.
I had that little dress made years before and, and got it out again. It worked, I think.
I was like 10 or 11 and, Emma Bunton was the be-all and end-all of my world.
The Spice Girls came up with this fantastic idea that they wanted an audience of just women. The problem with that was, by the time they'd come up with the idea, the team had already started booking some men.
We could smell men and boys in the audience.
We knew that we were going to hopefully try and dress them up and give them some kind of dance routine, but we didn't know that they were going to, Brian Connolly and Nelly's tried to strip on camera.
I had no idea that they were going to pull me up and get me to be Sporty Spice. I get a backache just putting on my socks, I'm not sporty.
Backstage, Richard Madeley was getting changed. He had no pants on, which wasn't very nice.
It was all there. It looked like a worn-out whip. It was horrible.
Spice Boys! If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never.
I know that between all 5 of them, they had really bad hip action going on.
I went up at one point and I strained my groin.
Don't do a hip thrust if you can't do it right.
Especially not in front of us and the Spice Girls audience with, which is full of women looking at your hip action.
Here's the story from A to Z. You want to get with me, you gotta listen carefully. Got Harry in the place, who likes it in your face. Got me, that's me, I'm a puppet, you see.
Jonathan Ross was Baby Spice. Not very convincingly, but he tried a couple of kicks and did a couple of...
See, that's what my friend. He gets a big thing. It's me, you see. Somebody down, walk it all around. Somebody down and zig a zig, ah!
Well done, lads. Credibility unscathed. But think of the children.
I don't want you being scarred by this, Chloe. It's fine. Explain everything later. It's fine.
No, I haven't been scarred by my dad dressing up as Jerry Halliwell. There are worse things that have happened.
I think they secretly really, really, really enjoyed it.
They made real fools of themselves.
Also enjoying the show that night was someone close to Poshy's heart.
I've heard, but I wasn't aware on the night, that David Beckham was at the back of the audience. I don't know if he was dressed as a woman, because I don't think he'd have got in otherwise.
The question Twiggy asked was about inspiration.
I just want to know, who are your heroes?
Well, you asked who's left a big impression, and I have to say, I think David Beckham's probably left quite a big impression.
And the girls will go, ooh, because she just started going out with him, and he was one of the only boys in the vicinity on the day.
Victoria did make a point of referencing that David's really made an impression on me, and she was looking back up there, so yeah. He was there in the audience smiling, probably hiding, thinking that we were going to do something to him.
Bex had scored and provided the after-show entertainment.
My son was going, please, mummy, look, there's David Beckham. And he and Victoria were in this snog. That's all they did all evening was snog. And every now and again, somebody's child would tap him on the knee and go, excuse me, can I have your autograph? And you go, yes, OK. Then they'd carry on snogging again.
But a hot under-the-collar David Beckham wasn't the only one desperate to get his hands on Spice Girl goodies.
We decided, with an audience from the Spice Girls, to give the audience goodie bags.
Oh my God, I remember.
A Spice Girls cake, a Spice Girls camera.
There was CDs, obviously the album Spice.
Spice Girls lollipops.
I think pink rollerblades.
Anything that had been licensed with the Spice Girls, we decided to put into a bag, and they were worth like £500, these bags. There were exactly the right number of bags made for exactly the number of people who were coming to the show.
Or were there?
I didn't get the Spice Girl goodie bag. I was done out of the rollerblades. That's terrible.
There were literally fisticuffs of people pushing their children, going, go and get another one for your sister, go and get another one for your brother. I mean, Richard and Judy, shame on you.
I never got a goodie bag. And I think that's why, because they nicked them all.
That was the best goodie bag I've ever had from a party, actually.
You deserve to go home with some memorabilia, not just the memories, but, you know, you want to put your T-shirt on and say, I've been there.
There were so many things that were so random about that show, but it worked, and to this day, it's one of the highest rating audiences with ever.
I loved it. I love watching it back. It was quite emotional at the end. I just remember us all hugging and thinking, we've done it.
We should do another one, but bring it up to 2010 where, I don't know, Victoria has a fashion line, Emma's judging something, I don't know what I'd do, but Jerry brings out her school books, Mel C does a little theatre thing, and then we collectively do some old school Spice Girl stuff. I think that'd be a good idea. I think you should pitch that.
The Spice Girls might have brought us platform boots and the odd tracksuit, but the celebrity audience have also attempted to make fashion statements over the years. Some more successful than others. Jane Torville.
The audience series are a brilliant time capsule because of the fashions. It's a perfect snapshot of what was in and what was out.
I think I was wearing like leopard print or something at the time.
Oh my goodness me, I've just remembered what I was wearing.
I was Campus Christmas. I really was.
Look at me on the Kenneth Williams one.
It's Matthew, isn't it?
When did I think that a rainbow jumper was a good idea?
Oh, I like my fashion, I like my clothes. I don't always get it right.
You, at that time, think you looked fat? Oh, yes. I've sort of lost the drag act look.
Are you cruising this evening, love?
Yeah, well... What were you thinking that day?
I had on my freaky velvet tie-dye, but really not, but I thought I was cool, man. I still have that in my wardrobe.